So today we are going to discuss about get element methods demo. So what are all the get element methods? We have get text, get attribute of attribute name, get CSS value, get location, get size, get tag name. So these are the get element methods we have. And what I'm going to do here is first get text. I want to fetch the text of this one, first link. How can you fetch? So we need to write a XPath or CSS for this. So how can we do that? Let's see that. Inspect element, and even you can write XPath here. See that you can start from here and you can drill down. So div ID is this is the one. From here to here you can drill down. So that's what I'm going to do here. Control F, and here I'm writing that XPath. You can see that. So div top div, I'll copy this value. Div h2a. That's what we need to write. /div. So @ID equal to single quote ID value /h2/a. See, whatever it is there in the first, that will come automatically. So this is the XPath we need to use. So let's create the program and get element methods demo. And I'm using rediff.com. So Webdriver weight also we are using. Just remove this, all this we are going to reuse. So get element, get first news text, get the first news text. So what I'm going to do, string txt equal to, and just I'm going to replace with a get text. Element name we need to change, get text. And here change the XPath object identification. We have to give proper object identification. That is the XPath we have written. This is not the one. Let me take from here. So whatever we constructed. So this XPath we need to see that. So 1 to 6, 6 are there with this XPath. Maybe you can give H2A1. A1 if you give, it will identify first one only. You can see A1. Not A1, I think H2 of 1. Yeah, H2 of 1 and A. So this will give you the correct XPath. And let's go and give that XPath. Is enough. H2 of 1 A. So that will fetch the text of each element. Right? So let's print this text first news text. Whatever it is there, it doesn't matter. So we can print that plus txt. Next, I get particular element, tooltip, and other things. Let's see what are all the elements, tooltips you can get. See here, create account, tooltip will get it. Create account or sign in, anyone. Sign in link, tooltip, let's get it. Let's get the sign in link tooltip. So just take the sign in link and identify that element. First, the tooltip of sign in link. First, you identify. I'm going to do two things here. One is tooltip. Second one, URL of the link. That URL of the link also I'm going to fetch. So such cases, same element you want to use for two methods, two times. First, create web element for that. Web element sign in link equal to driver dot find element y dot link text. So do the link value. Now first I'll fetch the tooltip. String tooltip equal to sign in link dot get attribute of, which is the attribute we need to use here to get the tooltip? Title. So title. So that will give you the tooltip. So sign in link tooltip is, so fetch the URL of the link. String the URL equal to sign in link dot get attribute of, so which attribute has URL of the link?
href.
So these are all things if you have in handy, it's easy to code. So sign in link URL is These are all the interview questions. Other than that, nothing. I don't know why people are asking again interview questions. If you're good with all these concepts, that's the interview question only. Okay? So that's it. Any attribute value you can get with the get attribute method. To give the attribute name, so for that element, that attribute value it will fetch. So that's a get attribute. Next, fetch the CSS properties of any element. Fetch the CSS properties of an element. So how can you fetch the CSS properties of an element? Let's fetch. Take one element. Let's go there first. So which element you want, you decide. So CSS properties are like this. Here, even these things you can find out. You see text type and decoration and color. So font family, font size. So all these things you can try to find out. But let me take Rediff logo. So this Rediff logo properties, I'll try to get it. See, we have display, background position, background, and text align, font family, font size, color also you can get. Color must be there. So where is the color? I think the background itself, the color also must be there. So this is the all the CSS properties. Whatever is present here, those things you can get it. Text align, font family, font size. So these things you can get it, and height, display. If not that one, you can choose a different one. So which is going to have more. See that Rediff mail. Here also you have many. So whichever we want, we can take it out. Otherwise, let me try this one. Okay, yeah. So the edit box I'm taking. Let me take that edit box. So many are there, right? So we can get all these things. Font family is there, font size is there. So let's enough. So I'll take ID, name, class I'll take. So this edit box, this is the edit box. This edit box, CSS properties I'll first identify that element. Web element set edit box equal to driver dot find element a dot class name. Let's use the class name because till now we haven't used this class name. So I'm using class name locator also. Now just fetch the font size. String font size value equal to get edit box dot get CSS value of. To give the CSS property name, what is the CSS property? Font hyphen size. You have to give font hyphen size. You have to give font hyphen size. Then you can print those values. Font size is let's print these values, right? Like that you can fetch many values. String, what is the other value you want? Font family. So let's get the font family. Let's edit box dot get CSS value of font hyphen family. Font hyphen family. So font family is the font family you will get. So still, whatever the properties you want, you can see here. Color. So I'll fetch the color of the element. String CLR value equal to the edit box dot same element CSS properties we are fetching dot set CSS value. So here the CSS property name color of the element is like this. In number of elements color you can find out CLR value, right? So this is the all the CSS property demo. Next, suppose I want the size of this shopping cart, size or whatever it is. I want to find out either size or there are different locators are there. There is one more extension is there. Maybe you can install this extension, that is selectors hub. So can you all install selectors hub? You can just go to Google. So add selectors hub, selectors hub for Chrome. This also will give you nice XPath and CSS. So this is the advanced than other TruePath and other thing. but this is also very good. I already added. This is the selectors hub. Please install this, and so it will give you CSS and XPath automatically. Okay, so you can install this selectors hub for Chrome, Firefox, and Edge browser also. All the browsers you can install. Now you can see here, if you don't find here, so this arrow mark in the tabs, right? Styles line arrow mark is there. That you click, you will see the selectors hub. So then spy on particular element, and it will give you automatically. See, this is the XPath. Can you see this? So this is the XPath and CSS selector. Both it has given. So you can copy this. So this is the click to copy relative CSS path. So I will copy CSS path. So it is copied. I can use CSS selector. I can use relative XPath. See that relative XPath. So anything you can use, right? So I'll use relative XPath. That location I will fetch it. It's the location of shopping. So point p equal to driver dot find element y dot CSS selector. Take the CSS value. It will give. You don't need to write also. The selectors hub will give you nice CSS selector and XPath values for you. So nicely it will give you values. You don't need to struggle also. Get location value method you call it. So point object you import. So point from arg.openqr.selenium. Don't select other packages. Okay. Now you need to get the x coordinate and y coordinate. X coordinate is p. In the point it is there. P dot GETX method. So if you want y coordinate, p dot get y. That's it. The locations you can find like this. Any element, x and y coordinates you can find out. So you want the other element size, height and width of the any element. Just spy on this. See that you are going to get here. So I'll copy this relative XPath. Sorry, I'll copy this relative XPath and I'll use that. There is one concept is coming. I'll explain you now. Fetch the height and width of the element, money tab. So this is going to give dimension of dimension d equal to driver dot find element by dot XPath. You give the XPath value. Here normalized space is coming. So normalized space, what it will do is it will remove the spaces and take the exact value. Maybe you see that here there are. So this is the money, right? Money. You can see here a lot of spaces are there. So all these things you can avoid, and so it will consider that normalized space only money value it will consider. That's a normalized space advantage. Normalized space will ignore the spaces before and after wherever it is. So that's advantage with the normalized space. One method is there in the XPath. That one also you can use. GETSIZE method. So dimension object you import from arg.openqr.selenium. This. So you want to get the height of the element. E dot get height. Width of the element. E dot get width. So these are the things you need to get them. Okay. So these are all the element methods we can get it. And one more, last one, right? Get tag name. Suppose I want to fetch the element, for example, this element tag name I want to fetch. How to fetch the search edit box tag name. So string EasyVal equal to search edit box dot get tag name. So tag name of the search edit box EasyVal. That's all about all the getter methods. Let's execute this. You can see the values. So run the program. You can see the output of all getter methods. So done. See that when we first run, that time it was different. Now this is the one. So news text is a dynamic text. We constructed XPath. Whatever the text is there, that you link. So this is the tooltip of sign-in link. and this is the link URL, and the font size, font family, color, X coordinate, Y coordinate, and height of the element, width of the element. Tag name is input tag search edit box. So these are the getter methods. Wherever you want, you can use that. Okay, so the last program for this is Boolean commands. How can you use Boolean commands? Let's see, scenarios will go, and I'll show you the scenario. We have Boolean commands: is selected, is displayed, is enabled scenario. You can use this one. Open the salesforce.com. So let's open salesforce.com. First understand the scenario, salesforce.com. So then verify one of the element. Any element you verify, or page title also fine. Then this login button, you have to identify this login button, whether it is clickable or not, you check it. If it is clickable, click it. So I want to identify this login button. See that? So you will get a XPath and CSS selector automatically. You can copy these values, or you can write your own XPath also. So let me write our own XPath. This bit giving a different one, but I'll write our own XPath. Right? I'm going to do that. Div, there is a role and aria label is there. These two I'll take. So role is button. Role is button, and what I am using to join one more attribute. So aria-label equal to single quote login. So that's it. So it will recognize automatically. See that login is recognizing. It's highlighting. Sometimes our formulas also will work easily. And easy way to get this, any one of these things you can use. Otherwise, selector sub is going to give nicely. This also fine, or this one also fine. So I'm using our constructed XPath. So let's create a Boolean commands demo. So all the Boolean commands I'm going to use here. So Boolean commands demo. So take the main method, and so just take a little bit select a random option, right? So these values I'm just taking. So if you want taking, I'll take it. I'm just reusing the code, so I don't want to write. Quickly we'll finish that. So salesforce.com, you just give salesforce.com. So just open this URL. Then so wait for the page title. So the page title is, go to so where is the head tag? So this is the head tag. You go inside the head tag, get the title of the. So this is a very big title. So what I'll do, I'm going to take only this part. Salesforce in is there, right? I'll take this one only. Salesforce I'll take, only Salesforce I'll take. S capital, Salesforce. So contains, that's what it will help us, right? And then I'm identifying the login button. So login button I'm going to identify. So I'll just do login button. So name proper, you give that. It's going to be easy for us. XPath I'm converting. I want to use XPath because I constructed the XPath. Let's use that XPath. So my XPath is this one. Or if you want, you can take from selectors hub also. Selectors hub are relative that we have two paths, right? Two path also you can use. Whichever the one you like it, you can use. Now, so let's see what I'm going to do here. If the login button is displayed and login button is enabled, if both are true, then I'm going to check whether it is clickable or not. Wait dot until expected conditions dot element to be clickable. Element to be clickable, there is a web element. See that? This one, I'll take this one and pass this web element. So whether this element is clickable or not, it will check. If it is clickable, click on it. Click on it, it will go to next page. Login button dot click method. Over. I'm using both is displayed and is enabled method. I'm checking this login is present and enabled or not. In the bottoms of that if condition, okay. if it is enabled and present, whether it is clickable state or not, I'm checking once again. If it is clickable state, if this line passes only, it will come to this line. Otherwise, it won't come, right? Now it will perform the click action. It will go to next page. So here it will go. Now you need to verify this page title. So verify the login page title. Login page title you have to verify. How to verify? Wait dot until expected conditions dot title is. You can use title is also. Catch the title. Let's go there. Catch the title. This page title. See this is the title. Login Salesforce. Give this login Salesforce. Okay. Done. So next I want to identify one element. So let's identify the element. Identification of element. I'm taking the checkbox. I'm identifying. Identify the remember me checkbox. So I'll give a name. I'll change. Remember me checkbox. Remember me checkbox. But this XPath I'll take from Selectors Hub. I'll follow this. You have see remember me checkbox. Just spy on that. You'll get see that. You can use either relative XPath or CSS selector. Any one you can use. I'm using XPath. This one. Identified. It's very easy. See that direct XPath you are getting. So your life also very easy. But if it is dynamically changing, you have to think a little bit. If it is not changing, straightforward you can take from Selectors Hub. Selectors Hub is going to give nice XPath. Okay, just install everyone that one. You can use that. Okay. Now, first I want to check the checkbox. If you want to check the checkbox, what I need to do? I need to call on this remember me checkbox element is selected method. Is selected method I need to call. It is already checked. I should not touch anything, right? So it is already checked. I should not touch. Then you can say remember me checkbox is already checked. Else I'll say click action. If it is not checked, it will come to else part, right? Click on the remember me checkbox. So dot click method you did. This will be going to check the checkbox. Dot sleep. I'll use 3 seconds for your observation purpose and close declaration. So again, same I need to call. I want to uncheck the checkbox. So I want to uncheck the checkbox. So what is the code? If so, remember me checkbox is selected. If it is already selected, so you need to uncheck, right? Then call here click method. So call here click method. It will uncheck. So else part you can say remember me checkbox is already unchecked. Remember me checkbox is already unchecked. So then close the browser. This is the entire code. If you want to observe, just keep the whether it is unchecked or not. You want to see that. So then close the browser. So driver dot close. Let me use the driver dot quit. We didn't use quit, right? Let's use quit also. Anything is fine. Both will do the same. That's the thing. See, your browser is launched. So your browser is launched, and you can see here. See, checked. Now it is checked. Unchecked now. This is all we are checking first. Doing action. Before doing action, you are checking whether it is checked or not. Based on that, you are putting the action on that element. So for that, Boolean commands you have to use. Is displayed, is enabled, you have to use that. So that's the complete code. Okay, that's all for the day. Tomorrow we're going to see new topic link.